Well, this is going to be a short video because we're going to post a longer video all about Easter Jeep Safari. We are going to head down to Moab here for Easter Jeep Safari 2022, and there's a couple things we've got to do to get the Jeep ready. And I figured I'd show you quick things that I'm doing before I head down to Moab. On a pretty regular basis, I'm taking my bike out for a ride, and the bike rack on the back of the Jeep is a great way to get the bike there, but doesn't always work for when you're off wheeling. Now, it's not just getting the bike rack off, but it's also putting on my skid mark so that as I'm off wheeling, the skid plate on the back of this protects the tire from getting hit. So I'm going to get this off and then put the skid mark on. This body armor skid mark, I call it a skid mark. I'm sure there's a better name for it. This little skid plate attaches directly into the receiver. And I use this little piece right here to lock it in place so it doesn't move around at all. It's some great protection for the tire as we're going off-road. The next thing I gotta do is refill my power tank. Been on a lot of off-road trips and this thing is empty now. So I'm gonna unclip it, take the regulator off the top, and take it into our local welding supply store and have it refilled. With the power tank all strapped back up, let's head over to Humphreys and get this thing refilled. But before I can head over there, I gotta take the kids to school. You guys ready for school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys getting buckled back there?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, now that we got those kids dropped off, we can get over and get our power tank filled. I'm excited for this year's Easter Jeep Safari. We're not gonna be doing a ton of trails. We're just gonna go down and check out all the vendor shows. There's supposed to be 2 different vendor shows, so I'm excited to have videos of those for you and show you what's gonna be down there. We're gonna do a little overland camping, which will be fun, and I'm taking one of my kids, Katie, with me, so we'll be sleeping in the back of the Jeep. So the next thing we'll do when we get back is work on getting the back of the Jeep set up as our bed and overland camp setup. So excited about that. Let's do this. Oh, this is a smelly, dirty mess. Trash. The wrench we used to get the power tank top off. We should just put our tools away when we're done using them. And a tow strap, which was clearly used for something and then not put away properly. Gotta wind that up nicely. I'm gonna need that. That's my sleeping pad. There's my chair. It's not even fully put away all the way. Clearly there is a lazy person who's been maintaining this Jeep. So we need to do a little cleaning up first. I think what we'll do first is we'll pull all this stuff out. Then we'll give it a thorough cleansing. And then we can get the bed all set up in here. Oh, I forgot I put that in there. That's right. Remember that video? I like that thing. I'm excited to use that. This will be my first trip using that. There's my air up tools. Definitely going to need those. There's the top of my power tank cover. My tools. Oh, sorry, bumping your camera there. My winch remote. A random jacket. Soft shackle, that's gonna go in that pile. Dirty rag. Should use this to dust everything and then I can come through and wipe it all up. get some light here. This brawly light bar on the back of my tailgate's awesome. That is much better. And I'll just do some cleaning in here. So I'm gonna clean this up. We'll be back in a second. What's all this stuff? Plates and, what's that, like a unicorn holding a heart? I gotta clean my Jeep more often, otherwise it's full of kids' toys. Found my wrench roll. All right, let's get my little trash can undone here. This thing is awesome. I like this thing a lot. I'm gonna move it over here to the driver's side though. And we're gonna pull this downward. All right. I have some pillows that fit perfectly in these holes. So I'm gonna put those in, and then we're gonna get the little bed thing that goes back here as well. So these jam in nicely so that the booty doesn't get too crunched. Generally speaking, this little black hole here, this trench, and they make trench covers for these. Like, it's kind of a plastic cover thing that actually works pretty well. In the past, I've also pulled this off and used this to cover the trench, which is another good way of doing it. You can also, if you still have your big mat that goes back here, you could also put that there. That helps. I found the best thing to do is find something to fill the trench with. And I've got these pillows that I made out of pant legs from a pair of shorts. They're a pair of pants that I turned into shorts, and I don't even own those shorts anymore. But I've had the pillows now for years, and they fill that trench perfectly. And then I've got this, and I'll put a link in the description so you can enjoy it yourself if you choose, which actually fills in this space really nicely. It's a nice pad. It's not hugely thick. You can see it's, what, 2 inches? But it works pretty well. And then when you match that with pushing the seat up, it actually works pretty well for an adult. And you can see I'm almost able to lay all the way here. Now my head is up because the seat's not forward. When I actually camp, I need to push that seat forward a bit more. The trick will be, because both Katie and I are camping, I want to make sure there's enough room for both of us back here. So this actually comes with a piece that you can zip onto it and extend all the way there. You need to drop this down as well. The challenge will be with these Moride ammo can organizers here. I don't think we have the space to put both of these in here, but let's try and see what we can come up with. Wrenches, and bring this down. Put that trash can up. I got another hole in here I'll need to fill. Maybe that jacket that I pulled out would make a good filler for that. Before I even attempt that though, let's get the other pad in here and see how it works. You can already tell how much overlap there is with this. So to try and cheat that direction and back this direction, it's going to be too hard. So, now obviously I can do this. Put it in a little bit. Do this maybe. Kind of shove it down in there. I mean, it's not going to be great for the foam, but it would work. Another option would be to modify this, where we cut this out a bit, but then how do you nicely trim that off so it doesn't feel like it's junked up, you know? It's gonna be like duct tape or something. It's not a perfect solution. That's because of these, and these are more important to me than that, mainly because once I sit in here, let's say we're camping and we're having fun or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I sit up and I say, let's make some hot chocolate or whatever. These tables become really great to put your phone on, to, you know, charge your devices, to, you know, I'll pull this box down and we'll use this as a surface for cooking and things like that. These are not just ways to organize stuff, but it's also a really great table when you're sitting here in the back of the Jeep. And it makes it feel a lot more, even though it's coming out into the Jeep, it makes it feel a lot more roomy because now, instead of stuff being on the ground all around you, you've got these tables that work really, really well. So, I have to give this a little thought, figure out the right solution. And honestly, we can't give it too much thought because we're leaving in a couple days. Yeah, this is horribly messy. I definitely need to vacuum in here. But one thing I wanted to show you is the feet of these can raise up. What if I loosen those, raise that up a bit, put this mattress underneath it, and then put it back down? It would compress the foam where it's at, but it would hold it in place. I'd still have to take it all the way out to remove it, but that might work well. So I think this might work. Can raise this up. And I've got a significant amount of space there. I think that actually might work, although it would probably be better if we did the same thing to this side. Yep. Okay. Bring this down a bit. This little zip out section is for the subwoofer on like a 2008, I had a 2008 that has a subwoofer right there. And so this is actually flipped upside down. I've got the leather-esque side up because I think that'll be a little cleaner and things like that. But overall, that actually works pretty good. I still need to move the seats forward to get the full length. But if we scoot the seats all the way forward and then tilt them forward, that should give us a pretty decent bed. Let's try that right now. I ran into a problem. So, my Midland radio is right here, my GMRS radio. I can't scoot my seat more forward than that because it hits right here. In fact, it was even kind of jamming and kind of hitting my radio, and I was like, whoa, I don't want to break my radio. So that's as far forward as I can put my seat without damaging that, which means that this side isn't going to lay down perfectly flat. But Katie's 9, so I'm guessing she could sleep from here to there without issues. So if I get this side put down, it should work okay. It's not awful. One thing that's different about this time in the back of my Jeep than the last time I camped in here is I have the third row recline kit in here now, which actually puts the seats, instead of laying them flat, they're just up a little bit. Now, depending on where you're sleeping, that could be actually a really good thing. But, I mean, I need a pillow. My head can be all the way up here. And I got plenty of foot space. So if I were to put my feet all the way down to the edge and I can hang these up, I got plenty of space in here. The next thing I want to do is get my sleeping bag in here. I need a pillow. I need a pillow and I could take a nap right now. This is a new sleeping bag. This is the North Face Dolomite, and it's a 2-person sleeping bag. I got this for my wife and I when we go camping together, and I think it's gonna work out pretty good. This will be my first time using it. And if I pair this, if I put this on and then we just have sleeping bag blankets on the top of us, that'll be perfect for a warmer night. And then if it gets colder, this thing has lots of layers and we can climb down. It's actually got 2 layers. There's 1, 2, so we can climb under this layer or this layer. It will give us more warmth based on how much we need. I think that's gonna be lots of space. And it's too bad Katie's already in bed, because I bet if I brought her out here and said, hey, check out our bed, she would be super excited by this. Well, it's been a little over 24 hours. It's probably closer to 48 hours, and I've got my power tank back. It's Wednesday afternoon. I normally publish these videos in the morning, but I'm just trying to get everything done before I leave for EJS. So I'm gonna put my power tank back in, get it all set up, get the rest of the back set up, and then we're gonna leave tomorrow morning. So we'll try and publish some video content on Instagram and other things of the show, but join us for Easter Jeep Safari. We're excited to get down there and see the vendor show. If there's anything that you specifically want us to take a look out for, put it in the comments here, and we'll try and keep an eye out for it and make sure that we include it in the video when we're there at the show. Thanks again for watching, everyone. We will see you next time.